Um, my name is Jessica Catinella. I was born in Glenwood Springs, and I lived over in the Roaring Fork for quite a few years, and then something called us back to Paonia. There was a lot of people calling us back, telling us about it for years, right?
Mm-hmm. That's very correct, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's not really who I am, but how about you? Who are you?
I'm Francesco Catinella. I'm originally from Italy, Sicily, matter of fact. And I moved to the state in 1996. Came here working for my uncle. We opened up a couple of restaurants, and I was really not interested in the American dream because at the time it was already over. But I just came here for vacation for 40 days and thought I met Jessica, my beautiful wife, and I fell in love with this country. I love the mountain, and it's a great adventure every day to see the mountain. I do miss the ocean for sure. But and my wife and I, we started having the first kid, open up the first restaurant in Pueblo, Colorado. And the first restaurant was named Galileo, matter of fact. We always love to see the star in the night. The first one we stayed was a little small mom and papa store. We stayed there almost 5 years in a really small location. And we opened up a big one where we can sit probably about a couple hundred people. And the second location was pretty big size. And before that, a second child was born. And after that, a third child was born. But in the meantime, we was raised 2 more kids, because Jessie's got 2 kids before our kids. So we always have a big healthy table. Don't you think?
Yes, we always have a big healthy table with lots to eat.
Lots to eat.
Mm-hmm. And everyone is always welcome. When did we move here? We moved here.
We moved here.
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
We moved here August 19th of 2019. Well, at least that was the first day of school for Rosie and Bertie. So that was at Pela. And that was their first day. Well, it was Rosie's first day. And Bertie started at the junior high that year. And Pinky started kindergarten at NIFS's. And we stayed out at the trading post for several months when we first moved here because we were so enamored with the schools that we just took this leap of faith. And Addie and Greg offered us a place to stay there. And we did it. It was just the strangest kind of decision that we've ever made. But we love this valley, and it really has been
a blessing.
Mm-hmm. And it's shown us what community really means. It's exciting.
Yes, community and really the love. We can see the love on people doing the street and the cars, and just to be real people. They're looking at you. It's not like everybody is in the goal. I mean, they know you there, and they offer you a smile, no matter if they know you or not. It's a really, really great community. Really, really cool to see people that live life. It's the abundance is in the area. I mean, say you come here. We came here in August 19. Just the abundance and the food and the climate was just amazing. I mean, where direction you're looking for, you see, fruits, apples and pears and cherry, and people grow garden, and you see animals everywhere. You see cows, and what the abundance that you can see on the really virgin terrain. It was just amazing. It reminded me a lot of my home country, where the summertime is just blooming everywhere with energy and blessing, just really neat. And the other thing, it's, a lot of people, they do their own milk, they do the cheese, and they do so much. A lot of people, they do canning, and really the abundance that the land provided us today. Always we wasn't looking for something like that, and we found pretty much here in Peonia, not too far away from everything, but it's unbelievable that in this beautiful valley in the middle of the mountain you can find this abundance like that.
I agree. It's really sweet. Who was it? Do you remember? Do you remember Charles and Dulcie from
Yes, from Winter Camp.
Winter Count, the Primitive Seals Gathering? They have they built the house right as you cross over the bridge to the west. They built the house to the south, and they don't live here yet, but I know that they're coming. They have kids that they're trying to get through school and stuff, because it is challenging, once you get into the junior high and high school realm. School and education is challenging everywhere. But here it's true. It's a kind of a limited offering, which is maybe a blessing in disguise, because our daughter Bird is now attending the high school, North Fork. She's a North Fork minor, and I graduated with an associate in welding and machining, so I'm always like an advocate for girls and people in general knowing having a vocational skill. And the only way that she can participate in shop at the North Fork High School is if she participates in the ag program. Now, Birdie is not an ag girl, but when I asked her about her ag class, she was super excited to tell me that they were learning about soil. And so the last couple of times I've talked to her about what she's learning in her ag class, she's very interested in the content, even though she might not have identified herself as someone who would be an ag person. She actually likes it. And that might not be something that we would have known about her, or she would have even discovered about herself, if we hadn't had this series of unfortunate events at Pela that led to her trying something new, and us going, well, hey, these are wonderful people around here. Maybe the school is going to be good too. So here we are. We're trying it. She's in her second week. How about you? What were you drawn to the area? There were a couple of people that talked to us about here too, even over in Crestone.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a restaurant in Crestone too, and we worked with Valley Roots Food Hub there, and Nick Chambers from Valley Roots Food Hub. He is a really great advocate for Colorado grown products and produce. So he operates a hub there. There's another one in Pueblo, which is the Arkansas Valley Growers. They also provide an amazing abundance of food for Colorado, particularly chilies, if anybody likes green chili. Pueblo is famous for them. But that's how we kind of got to know that Paonia was such a basket of abundance here, is working with the local food hubs, because I'm kind of a foodie, you know, but a local foodie. So I really am advocate for being around and having available what we can grow and have right here with us. Coming back, you know, taking care of it and taking, you know, growing it instead of it coming from some place else, and all the things that they do in those other places to food is not what I want to be a part of. So that's another reason. And being in the restaurant industry for so long, it was really apparent that there is something wrong with the food system, and I was tired of participating, really in a big way. Really tired of not doing something that would be for the better and be for sustainability, and that could support our family in a different kind of way. Although we don't have a restaurant here yet, we have been discovering all sorts of new ways to support our family here in the valley. Now that is a lot of piecework, which I think that if you came here on a wing and a prayer, then you know about piecework. So let's see, helping butcher cattle and
help people around, you know, go hunting, and I love to go to hunt. And Rosie, my oldest daughter, killed the first deer this year.
She got her first buck this year.
And just marvelous.
Helping process roadkill.
And now just
gleaning from fields. What else have we done? Learning to preserve and canning and
dehydrating food, and helping
fermenting,
trimming apple trees, and you know, it's a wonderful, give you back to what a human they used to be doing. You know, it's fun, and also is, you know, it's lovely to help people that they need, you know, and it's work for trading. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, you work for something, you get something back, and the money between. You know, it's just a different experience. That's
I would have to say you love it here, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I do. It's peaceful for sure.
What lessons has the area taught you?
The lesson to be respectful for the wildlife and the ground, and be respectful to nature. You know, it's you don't have the same feeling when you live in the city, but definitely here you got more appreciation for Mother Nature. Absolutely, no doubt about it. And be respectful to people and the animal and the weather. Especially living in a mountain area, you learn how to read the mountain, you know, where the really heavy snow is gonna dump. Be more appreciative for the great divine, let's put it that way.
I think I've learned how to be a better friend from being here, because it's been an example to me so many times here what a friend really looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's really lovely the way that if you're willing to put in the time and you have a good heart, that the valley will take care of you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, we were super jazzed up about starting a place and like just diving right in and kind of going full force with everything that we've ever known and done, and just like streamlining, and we were just really excited to bring like the best of what we have
What
ever
we-
done here, right? And then COVID hit, and it was like, we don't know what we're doing. What is anybody doing? What's happening? Is this real? Right? Is this real? Is this really happening?
It's kind of was cool to
I
live
was shocked for.
to live here because the change in doesn't really see whether what a COVID did it, but commute to Denver and to Pueblo, you can see the difference where the tension there is in the city, and coming right here to the valley, you say, okay, what about the mask? And, you can see here in the valley, and it was more relaxing. Even so the situation was intense, people that make so thinking about it, what the pandemic was doing nationwide.
Yeah, it seems like people in the valley, or maybe in more rural areas, seem to have a greater practice at taking life in stride, whereas in the city,
Just in the city, you can see the panic going on. You can see the grocery store shelving was empty, and you can see the people was struggling to live life daily. Right here just was so. Okay, yeah, no worry about it. We got plenty toilet paper, we can use the leaf, Why should I? Yeah, it was a well mellow here. You can see to go back to Denver for work and then see all the red flags everywhere, and right here. See any red flag at all,
Yeah, that's nice.
And it was still plenty toilet paper.
We do have our eye on a few places. We're trying to see what opens up, and
Yes.
maybe.
And then we did an event on the Blue Sage.
Yeah, we've been doing catering. We have our little catering company.
Still have sorry to interrupt you. We did a couple weddings, and we did an event to the Blue Sage, and it was really phenomenal. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, the salsa night.
Salsa night, yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
And
yeah, the Cat's Meow catering. The Cat's Meow catering is our little business that we have that we're kind of just doing off to the side, and we have we're gonna start the soup club. That's gonna be coming right up on this. We're gonna do it for the Chinese New Year, 'cause it's kind of like to align myself with the calendars that are present in the universe, and so we're gonna for the Lunar New Year we're gonna start the soup club. And it's going to consist of being able to purchase a half a gallon of soup. We're going to have 3 different varieties every week, and then you can purchase as much soup as you want. But we'll have it be a club, so we'll know generally how much to make. Yeah, but we got a dynamite soup maker.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, but we're super happy. We love it up here on Pike and Mesa. We do feel like it's like the Beverly Hills of Paonia. But we would like something, rentals are really hard to come by. And it's, part of what keeps Paonia Paonias.
Yeah, the first couple weeks Jesse was here. He did a photo shooting with one of the local people.
Patty likes to take pictures. She likes to take candids, and it was it must have been at one of the street fairs that they had in the fall, And the old cowboy Bob that used to, you may not remember him, but Cowboy Bob was always around town, and he would always just be giving all the hippies all sorts of heck. Just loved to give everybody trouble. And I had dreadlocks at the time, and there was a picture of him, and I'm from Western Colorado, so you can make all the jokes you want. I'm just still gonna let it roll, because it's funny to me that people get so worked up about it, right? And I know all these ranchers have good hearts, and so I don't know how, but in passing, oh, I remember it was at an estate sale. We met first at an estate sale, and he was, we were, looking over the sale, and he was teasing me. He just started off right away, just going in of like, why do you have those things? Why do you wear, what's wrong with that? Why, And so just right away, and then his wife, she was hilarious. But I met them a few times, but right away at this estate sale, they were just like, well, Bob particularly, she's like, yeah, that's my husband. And he just gives everybody heck, right? And so I would just tease him right back. I was like, oh, you better watch out. I'm going to come over there and shake him on you. And so that we were continuing that joke that day. So every time we would see each other after that, it was always this, hey, how you doing? I love you, even though I think you're strange and you should cut those dreads. And so that was the day that we met Patty, and she took our picture. We were just walking on the street, and we hadn't seen each other for a while, so we were reacquainting ourselves, and Cowboy Bob reached over and put his arm around me and was giving me a hug. And Patty took our picture, and it won the Picture Paonia that year. So that it was just kind of endearing, because that's kind of what Paonia is to me, is like this big open heart. Yeah, it's got its barbed wire fences, but most people are so wonderful and loving and caring. And I love all the kids, and I love how much people love their kids, and I love the multi-generational aspect, that even if you weren't raised here and you found it somehow, I don't know how people find it, but when you find it, you bring your people. You're like, mom, dad are coming, aunts and uncles and sisters and brothers, and you that's kind of what helps make it
a community,
because we all want to be here together, which is neat. It's a big open heart.
It's a big open heart, for sure.